Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we'll be doing this gorgeous baby shower setup. And you guys, before we get started, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really goes a long way. My daughter is asleep beside me, so if you hear anyone, it's her. But I really need to get this done. And I don't even know how I got this done, you guys. Alhamdulillah, I was running on E by the time this baby shower came. It came from a long week of work. But we're going to jump right into the video. I'm putting up the clouds. I'm going to leave links because I don't show how I made the clouds or the centerpieces in this video. But I do have separate tutorials for the clouds and for the hot air balloon and for the centerpieces. So I'm going to leave those links in the description box. I'm using my mag pole, which I also leave. Everything I use, I'm going to try to leave in the description box. This mag pole, it looks small, but in person, it's actually pretty wide. Like the diameter is pretty wide. But I use this along with click magnets, and I attach those to the ceiling for placement. Now I'm going up to attach one more attachment on the other side. That way they are not twirling around and they stay still and they just stay in the front where the 5 inches are. So I'm going up on, I did it on the other one as well, but I didn't show it on camera. I'm just going up, attaching one more piece to the ceiling. That way they are not moving and they stay in place. And I had to go all the way up, you guys. I'm not really afraid of like ladders. But when I start to go up too high, I'm like, this is not for me. So this is what I'm doing now. I'm just trying to make sure. And this was actually much easier than me trying to find the correct points when I first did the clouds. It was like the end of last year. I kind of did everything on a ladder versus here. I did 1 point on the click magnet, and then I followed up and followed the exact measurements for the other one. So that was pretty easy. I did the second cloud off camera, and here I'm just trying to place the hot air balloon. When I tell you guys, I did pretty much everything the day before because I was booked from like that Thursday from like corporate. Then I had another baby shower. I did the hot air clouds on like that. The clouds on Friday. The centerpieces, 8 centerpieces I finished on that Saturday. 2 hot air balloons I finished on Saturday. Like, I still don't know how I did it. Alhamdulillah, it was done. And I prepped for the Garland as well that Saturday. I don't recommend doing that. Like, I even had coffee that morning because I don't drink coffee. But I was like, I'm going to need something to get me through this setup. And, I mean, alhamdulillah, it really came out great. But right now, I'm just starting on this was the first backdrop that we had, so I'm like, let me just start on this. We was waiting on 2 other backdrops, but I was able to at least start this for now. I'm using between clusters of 6 balloons and quads of 4 balloons. I go back and forth. I really didn't know what I was doing. Well, let me say this. I always have a foundation because I know how to build. Like, we know how to build. But when it comes to design, I didn't know what I was going to do. I was just placing stuff and seeing if I like it, moving it around. And that's pretty much what I do a lot of the time. I'm just placing the body up there and moving things around while I'm doing it to see if I like the way it's going. If I don't, I just change it, move a cluster around, or take a cluster off. And then I just keep going until I find what I like. So like you see here, I dropped that quad and, I popped that off real easy. And these are all being tied neck to neck, you guys. And I just rip it off because I'm really heavy-handed. And if you can't rip it off, just use scissors. It detach pretty easy. But I usually just rip them because I'm just super heavy-handed, so. But I don't recommend it. It is tough. So here I'm just adding on more cluster. That was a cluster of 6 balloons. If you notice, the clusters of 6 balloons are more structured. They have more of a straight line going all the way around versus the clusters of 8 balloons. They are pretty forward and pretty rounded and not as square shaped. And then the quad, for me, they have like finishing touches. They give you that pointy look like this one right here. that I will be attaching. So right now I'm just going around seeing what I like. I'm going to add, I believe, one more cluster or quad coming to the back. So that was a quad to give it that effect as if it's coming around the around the backdrop. I really like that look a lot, so that's what I did there. And I didn't have and for the colors, I wanted to keep the blue separated, so I had two blues. All the colors will be listed as well. I have a blue that has more of a satin finish to it, and then I have like a, I guess, a pastel matte blue. I wanted to keep them separated in the design. I think they end up touching like one time, but for the most part I was able to keep them separated. And I didn't add any of the cream in this particular design right here because the cloud was right there, so I just kept it with the main colors. The cream was only an accent color anyway, so you wouldn't see a lot of that in the design. When it comes to colors, I pretty much organize them every time based off like a main color, secondary color, and then I do an accent color and then a neutral color. So in this instance, the main color here was that pastel blue. The secondary color was that it was giving like a peachy nude color. That was the secondary color. The satin blue was the accent color, and then the cream was a neutral color. So those you will see I use, and then when I inflate the balloons, I kind of inflate in that order as well. I do more of the main color, and then everything else just fall in line as far as how much I inflate. That way when I do my design, they are not all given the same amount in the design, if that makes sense. So here I'm just building on. I just started building, and I didn't finish this whole design on camera. I don't think I got the when I added the 5 inches on, so I apologize for that, guys. But I am using the Amazon clear adhesive hooks on the back. So if you guys, I will leave those links in the description box. The rental people that I use, they don't mind those being used as long as they on the back. I don't use them on the front at all because of course this is painted. Most of them repaint their stuff and you can damage their props, so please do not use those clear adhesive hooks on the back. I cringe when I see that someone did that. If I have to attach something to the front, I use my painter's tape to do the H method on the front. But for this one, I didn't do anything on the front. Everything was attached starting from the back, and then I made my rig points on the floor in the front to keep it from moving around. So here I am. Sometimes on site I make clusters ahead of time, and sometimes once I get on site I may have to just maybe untangle some of them, maybe from a cluster of 6 to a cluster of 8, or maybe take out from a cluster of 6 to make a quad of 4. It all depends on what I need when I'm starting to design. That's why it's hard to I guess I'm sharing what I'm doing, but it's hard to share a lot because sometimes it's in the moment and I may look at the design and I may say, oh wait, that don't need a full cluster 8, that may just need a 6 balloons, or that don't need a 6 balloon, that may just need a quad. It's really just learning your style and what you like. So sorry I didn't get the rest of that, you guys, but I just finished the bottom off and added the 5 inches on. So here in this particular design, so that's a cluster of 6 balloons. I added the clear adhesive hook. What I did here, which I didn't plan on, I didn't attach the 2 blue balloons, but in the picture, they look like they are attached. They are not attached at all. I just put them right kind of on top of each other, next to each other. And those were both clusters or 6 balloons, and those are the cream. I am using quads of the cream balloon, and I am basically just attaching those. I didn't do anything too crazy here. I actually really love this setup. I can't wait to post it. I have some other stuff I need to post first before I get to it, but I really love this setup and the way everything came out. And I was kind of rushing, but not rushing, but it was I was in the groove, and I think it's because of the coffee. But I'm just going in, adding in what I need. And then now I'm just attaching some more clusters and quads there, filling things in. Yeah, going back and forth from the top to the bottom. And then I make sure, you guys know, I was complaining about my 16 inches. So I didn't do a lot of 16 inches in this particular design. This was pretty filled with more of 11-inch balloons than 16 inches. Like this side over here had only one 16-inch balloon. The one at the top didn't have any 16-inch. And the one on the right side, it had maybe like 3 or 4 16-inch balloons. So not a lot at all. I really was using a lot more 11-inch balloons. And I'm just adding them in. Here I go here. Like I mentioned, the ivory color is more of a accent color, so it wasn't a lot of that color in there. And you see me, guys, I'm adding this quad in. I didn't like it, so I just ripped it out. You'll see. Yep, I didn't like it, so I took it off. And then I'm adding in my finishing touches at the bottom, which is me just closing up the design with my quads as I always do. And this is the final outcome, you guys. This is how everything turned out. I did do the entrance. Don't kill me. I didn't record it, but that's how that came out. And this is the full setup. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was a beauty. I love baby showers. Baby showers have a soft spot in my heart. I love them. They just always so like calming and like relaxing. The colors are always on point. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.